apps, good morning. You should be generating income. I said what I said. It is diabolical how so many people on here are out on these apps for hours, 5 hours, 6 hours a day scrolling, and you're not even getting paid to do so. You do realize that these apps make millions upon billions of dollars, and you don't even make sure you're getting a piece of the puzzle. If you are not making money while you are here, we have a serious problem that you and I have to fix this morning. Not next Monday, not June 1st, not 2027. It's got to get fixed today. Something else I want you ladies to understand is this, good morning. You should be generating income while you are asleep. See, the goal is to build generational wealth, but we cannot do that if the only time we make money is if we're actively working for it. Because let's be real with ourselves. At some point, you're going to want to take a vacation. Good morning. At some point, you're going to want to practice self-care. You're going to want to spend time with your family. If the only time you make money is if you are actively working for it, that's a problem that we have to fix today, not on Monday, not June 1st, not January 1st, 2027. It's got to get fixed today. Time is of the essence. See, what a lot of ladies fail to understand is you only need one digital product in your store. See, a lot of you guys get in this loop of creating ebook after ebook after ebook, and you're like, oh, I gotta make another ebook. I gotta make another ebook. No, you just need to go ahead and sell the one that you've already made to hundreds upon thousands of people. Okay, you don't need any more ebooks in your store. You need one product that you will choose to create and sell forever. Okay, but the reason why so many people are not doing that is because they live in fear. Good morning. On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what so many of you guys have been doing for a very, very, very long time. Some of y'all decades, because you're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of failing. You're so fearful of people talking about you. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very thing that's stealing your dream life from you. Let's be real. You know exactly what kind of life you want to live. True or false? You know exactly what side of town you want to live on. Some of y'all know the neighborhood. You know exactly what kind of vacations you would like to take with your family without having to use Afterpay or Klarna. Hello. You know exactly what you want your life to look like. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. You know all of the things. But every single day that you don't live like that is another day that you could have, but you made the choice to let fear steal it from you. Ladies, we got to change that. That fear that you refuse to let go of is stealing that dream life from you, and it is time to do better. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, good morning. My name is Jasmine. This morning, we're going to be building our online business from scratch. Good morning. I'm going to teach you guys how to create your digital product. We're going to be building it from the ground up. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch, most importantly, ladies, I'm going to teach you how to build you. Contrary to popular belief, you are getting in your own way. I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that because a lot of y'all love to play victim Olympics. You want to play the blame game. We don't do that over here. On my live and my content, we look at self. Okay, we reflect on self and we figure out what we can do to do better. Okay, because it is your lack of consistency that's getting in your way. It is your lack of discipline that is getting in your way. It is your lack of confidence that's getting in your way. It is your lack of prioritizing yourself in your own life. I don't know how many lives you get, but I only get one. I only get one life. Okay. It amazes me how many people will focus in on doing for others. They'll give for others, but they refuse to do and give to their self. And yet they think that somehow a business is just going to fall into their lap because they didn't have to show up for it. That's a lie. You are going to have to start making yourself a priority in your life if you want any of this stuff that we're going to be talking about this morning to work for you. Because if you don't, I promise you, you won't get no results. That's the truth. Now, I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information this morning. It would be in your best interest to take notes because if I know anything about you, you are human. which means you're bound to forget because life's and stress stresses, right? But if you take notes, anything that I do say this morning, good morning, that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done, okay? The key word of this live, ladies, is going to be execution. You're going to hear me say this word 10 million times because it needs to stick in your pretty head. Psychology has already proven the more you hear something, the more it sticks. And this word needs to stick. Thank you, doctor. Not only are you going to be taking notes this morning, you're going to do it, which means you're going to have to close the TikTok app. That means you're going to have to close the YouTube app. That means you're going to have to close the Instagram and the Facebook app and actually do the things that we talk about. Because if you do not execute, I promise you, nothing that we're talking about this morning is going to apply to you. I promise you that. So if you have no intentions of executing, just leave now. I don't even want to waste your time. Leave now, okay? Because you have to execute in order to get this done. If I say anything this morning, good morning, that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, go ahead and start double tapping the screen. YouTube, I see 35 people on this live. Can we go ahead and get some thumbs up? Good morning, Shirley. TikTok, go ahead and double tap the screen. The more we interact with these lives, ladies, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women have no clue that they're holding themselves back. They're playing victim Olympics. They're playing blame games. They have no idea that their lack of consistency and confidence is the very thing that's keeping them from getting the stuff done. So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others. If you have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat. Because if you're ready to learn, I'm ready to teach. Good morning, Shirley. Go ahead and thumbs up. YouTube, I see 25 people on here. It takes 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up button. Let's go, let's go. Go ahead and type ready in the chat. Also, you guys, make sure you follow me so you don't lose me. YouTube, make sure you subscribe. They do steal my videos, you guys. They do make fake accounts, and then they're going to turn around and message you pretending to be me. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok and YouTube streets, y'all. Don't do it because they're coming for you, okay? Are we ready? Very good. Thank you, Henry. Let's go ahead and get started. So what is a digital product and how will we build our business? So a digital product, you guys, is something you don't have physical possession of. So just think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession. It's all out in the cloud somewhere, okay? YouTube. Can we get some thumbs up in the chat? I see 20 people on here. It takes 2 seconds to hit the thumbs up. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. What are we doing? You should be excited. You made it through the end of the week. Let's go. Let's go. So it could be anything, you guys. Anything that your heart desires, you can create a digital product on, okay? I want you to think to yourself, what is something that you would love to talk about all day, every day, if you could get paid to do it? And whatever that thing is, that should be your digital product, okay? And listen, you don't have to do an ebook. You can do an e-course. You could do workbooks and journals. You can do affirmation guides. Whatever your heart wants to do, you can do, okay? But remember, in order to actually get it done, we got to let go of fear. You can't be scary and be a business owner. It ain't gonna work. You're gonna have to let go of fear, okay? Now, I'm going to give you guys 2 apps. Good morning. And these apps will change your entire life if you use them. Okay. So you not only will you download it, you're going to use it. If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put 1 in the chat. Good morning, Princess. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, hello, my name is Jasmine. We are building our online business this morning. And while I wait for someone to put a 1 in the chat, let me ask you, and we have to be honest. We're not going to sit here and tell lies. When was the last time you said to yourself that you were going to do something for yourself today? When was the last time you said, okay, I'm going to take 30 minutes and I'm going to lock in on a goal that I have for myself? Some of y'all like, Jazz, girl, I don't do that. And that's the problem. That's the problem. You refuse to show up for you. You refuse to put yourself first in your own life. That is the problem. You make excuse after excuse as to why you'll start later and later never shows up. That has to change. You cannot keep doing that. because the more you keep doing that, the more you'll keep getting the results that you've been getting. Things do not change until you change. Don't you ever forget it. I'm going to say that again. Things do not change until you change. So if you want things to change for you, that's going to require you to change. That's going to require you to start making yourself a priority in your own life. You're going to have to put yourself first. That's the only way any of this is going to work. Okay? All right. App number 1 is Canva. You will be using this app for everything. Hello, hello, Canva, Canva, Canva. So if you want to create content, Canva has thousands of Instagram Reel templates on there for you, okay? If you want to start a YouTube channel, Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnail templates on there for you. And just so you guys know, the thumbnails are just the pictures that you see before you actually click on someone's video. That's what draws people's attention to your YouTube video in the first place. All of the creators, including myself, are getting them off of Canva, okay? And maybe you do want to create an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to make this morning, and you want it to look all professional and branded. Great. Canva has thousands of ebook templates on there, okay? Everything you need for your business is on Canva. Princess said, I have it, but never use it. That's the problem. You're not executing. You're going to have to change that. You're going to have to change that. Instead of scrolling for 4 and 5 hours a day, why can't we scroll for 3 hours? And then you take 30 minutes and you lock in. You got to change that. You have got to change it. Okay. Now, before I get into app number 2, good morning, Kenya. I want to speak to the woman who's still holding on to fear. And if you didn't know, if you're new here, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And you're ready to run away. And you're saying things to yourself like, Jazz, girl, I would love to start an online business. This sounds great, but I'm not tech savvy. What if I'm too old for this? What if it's too late for me? Okay, well, before you give up on yourself, like you always do, just listen. The very first thing I want you to hear is this. You woke up this morning. That is a blessing, ladies. Every single day that you wake up means that you were blessed with another day, another opportunity to work on your goals. So use it. Until you are 6 feet under, it is never too late. So get that out your head. Number 2, you are very, very tech savvy. See, a lot of y'all are so used to selling yourself short because let's be real, you're on social media all day long. You are liking, commenting, sharing, and archiving. Am I lying? That takes tech savviness. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and build your online business. And number 3, for my ladies who do think they're too old, what did we say? We said we were going to sell our knowledge. So for those of you guys who are older, that you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom. Good morning, which means you have a lot of things that you could be selling. So it's time to get to selling. Okay? All right. If you're ready for app number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. App number 1 was Canva. We are building our online business from scratch. If I'm saying anything that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And real quick, I want to say something. For those of you guys who are struggling with posting content because you're so fearful of what people are going to say to you, that's because you lack confidence. Okay, confidence is huge. We spend a lot of time talking about confidence. Confidence is who you think you are. I'm going to say that again. Confidence is who you think you are. The problem is, so many people walk around not thinking highly of themselves. Why? Because they never keep the promises that they make to themselves. Year after year after year, people tell themselves they're going to do X, Y, and Z, and they never do it. You've been saying for years that you were going to start a business. You haven't started it yet. You have been saying for years that you were going to create content. You haven't created it. You've been saying for years you were going to lose them 50 pounds. You ain't did it yet. Every single day that you break a promise to yourself, you are slowly chipping away at your confidence to where you no longer have any. And now you don't think highly of yourself. You are going to have to change that. You are going to have to follow through with the things that you say to yourself so you can start to feel good about who you are. Because when you start to feel good about who you are, you start to show up for yourself in a very positive way. You start showing up for yourself. You start following through for the things that you said you were going to do for yourself. And you stop caring what people think about you because now you think good things about you. Cannot make this up. Things do not change until you change. If you want better, you are going to have to do better. That's a non negotiable. Okay. All right. App number 2 is ChatGPT. Good morning. This is AI. You will be using this app for everything. So maybe you do want to create content, but you're just not too sure what kind of videos to make. No worries. ChatGPT will tell you. Okay. Good morning. Maybe you do want to start that YouTube channel, but you're just a little camera shy and you're not too sure what to put in the video or what to say in the videos. No worries. ChatGPT will script the whole video for you. Now all you have to do is say the words. So what's your excuse now? You don't have one. You really don't. And maybe you do want to create an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to make this morning, but you just don't know what to put in it. Okay. What if I told you ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Ladies, I cannot stress this enough. It has never been easier than today to start your online business from scratch. But again, you keep getting in your own way. Your excuses, your procrastination, your insecurities, your fear, your limiting beliefs. It is you. So we have to change who we are so we can attract the things that we've always wanted. Okay? So I gave you Canva and I gave you ChatGPT. Now we're going to put it together and write it. If you're ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. Good morning. Make sure if I'm saying anything, you guys, is resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. YouTube, I see 10 people on here and only 2 thumbs up. The math ain't mathing, y'all. It's Friday. What are we doing? You should be excited. It's the end of the week. Isn't this the favorite day of the week? It's Friday. Let's go. All right, very good. So you're gonna open up Chat GPT. Good morning. You're gonna type this in. This is prompt number 1. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Good morning. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you've got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Closed mouths do not get fed. And remember, the key word of this live is execution. So not only are you going to write it down, thank you, princess, you're going to actually do it, which means you're going to have to close the apps. You're going to have to stop scrolling, okay? And you're going to actually have to execute this if you want any of this to work. It amazes me how many people will watch about the thing. You will journal about the thing. Some of y'all are journaling queens. You've been journaling for years. I don't even know what you're writing down anymore at this point. You will tell other people about the thing. You will manifest about the thing. You'll pray about the thing. You'll create vision boards about the things. You'll do all of the things except actually do the thing. You don't get a business by watching people talk about business. You don't become a content creator by watching people talk about creating content. You don't lose weight by watching people talk about weight loss. The only way you get any of those things is if you actually do the thing that they tell you to do. So you have to execute, because I promise you this, if you don't, nothing that we're talking about is going to apply to you. I promise you that. I swear by it. All right. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. You're going to hit enter. Now, before we move forward, write this word down. This says consistent. Write it down. Write it down. And then once you write the word consistent down, I want you to underline it. And then I need you to circle it, because starting right now, you and I are going to lock in on the true definition of the word consistent. Because believe it or not, a lot of y'all are extremely confused. So let me go ahead and unconfuse you. Some of y'all think this word means when you're not busy. Some of y'all think consistent means if you feel like it. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, consistent means showing up for the business, the content, the weight loss, whatever the goal is that you have for your life, showing up for it as for a bare minimum 4 out of the 7 days. Whether you want to spend 20 minutes a day, 4 times a week, or 10 hours a day, 4 times a week, I don't care how much time you want to spend on it, but you will start showing up for yourself 4 out of the 7 days. That's a non-negotiable. You are going to have to be consistent if you want any of this to work. Some of you guys really believe that you can just talk about doing something and not be consistent, and you're going to make all of this money. And I'm here to tell you that's a lie. I don't know who told you that, but I'm here to tell you the truth. You have to be consistent. You have to start showing up for yourself if you want the results. You got to be consistent, okay? And if you don't want to be consistent, just leave. Go ahead. Swipe up. Gone. Get out. You got to be consistent, okay? Now, let's make consistency easy, because life is hard enough, right? Life is lifing, stress is stressing, and then bills is piling up. So let's make consistency easy so we can actually get it done this time, okay? Fair enough. Listen to me. It is so much easier to be consistent when you do things that you actually like to do. Because when things do not feel like work, you're more likely to do it, because now you have something in your day that you look forward to. We got to start making life easy, okay? Some of us love to struggle. You've been struggling for so long, you think that's normal, and you want to struggle. Life does not have to be a struggle, okay? You can have a soft life. So let's make this easy. I want you to go through the list that ChatGPT gave you and only choose things that you truly have a passion for. I want you to ask yourself, what is something that I would love to talk about all day, every day, if I could get paid to do it? And whatever that thing is, that's your business. The reason why I say so many people love struggle is because what some of y'all have done is y'all have chosen niches and things you don't even care about. The only reason you chose that niche is because somebody on this internet told you that thing was trending and that you could make a whole bunch of money. But you're making things hard for yourself because you don't even like the niche. And if you're not consistent, it doesn't matter how trending something is. I promise you, you won't make a dime. Have you made it yet? No, because you're not consistent. So stop making things so daggone hard. Just choose something that you actually like to do so that you can easily be consistent with it and actually get the results that you want. It really is that simple. Okay? Now, one more thing before we move forward. This is critical. This is critical. If you don't remember anything else I say this morning, you better remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. I'm going to say it again. Write that down, ladies. Money flows where energy goes. Thank you for subscribing. Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget that. Yes, money flows where energy goes. If you're anything like how I used to be, you are giving all of your energy away. You have literally become an energy vending machine. You just handed it out to any and everybody. And half of the people that you're giving all this energy to are grown, able-bodied adults who can do for themselves, who are not reciprocating the energy back to you. Thank you, goodness. You are giving all of your energy to your friends. You are giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You are giving all of your energy to your family. You are giving all of your energy to your husband, your boyfriend, your sneaky link. You are giving all of your energy to your children. You are giving all of your energy to the news and celebrity gossip. And by the time you sit down to work on something for yourself, you can't. Why? Because you made the choice to give all of your energy away. You do it every day. And that's exactly why you feel drained. This is exactly why you feel frustrated, anxious, depressed, resentment, stressed. Because every single day you choose to give all of your energy away. Well, we're going to cut all that out right now. Starting right now, we are going to get extremely stingy with our energy. And we are going to start telling people no. And no is a complete sentence. So that means you don't have to explain anything to anybody. Ladies, it does not make you a bad wife because you want to work on a business. You can still be a good wife and a successful entrepreneur. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to do something for yourself for once. You never do. You can still run a successful business and be an exceptional mother. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her trauma dump on you. It makes you human. I don't know who needs to hear this morning, but you matter too. Your happiness is important too. So you're going to start telling people no. No, I cannot keep giving you rides to work. That is time that I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot keep loaning you money. That is money that I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot sit here and listen to you talk about your problems. I think it would be best for you to get in counseling. Tell your friend to get a therapist. It is not your job to be her therapist. Because when you start telling people no, you start saying yes to you. Money flows where energy goes. So when you start putting energy back into you, the money will flow right behind it. And let's be clear, these people that we're referring to, they are not reciprocating it back. If they were reciprocating energy back to you, you would not feel drained because it'd be an equal level of give and take. They give, you take, you give, they take. But that's not what's going on here. You're doing all of the giving and they're doing all of the taking. And that is why you have the negative emotions that come with it. Okay? Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget it. Okay? All right. We're going to start telling people no. Now, once we choose a digital product idea, yes, give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solve a problem. Once you choose a digital product idea, you're going to type this in. Thank you. This is prompt number 2. Here we go. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're going to hit enter. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Closed mouths do not get fed. Also, you guys, make sure you follow me so you do not lose me. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. The Patreon link is down below in the description. The more you guys interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. So start double tapping the screen. YouTube, thumbs up the live. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Happy Friday, you guys. It is the end of the week. Y'all got that? I need someone to put got that in the chat. Very good. Thank you, goodness. Very good. You're going to hit enter. Give me or write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're going to hit enter. This is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to start your online business because ChatGPT literally wrote this ebook for you. I cannot make this up. Now, the only thing you have to do is copy and paste it. Literally, you will copy what ChatGPT gave you and you will paste it into your Canva template. So you're going to open up the Canva app. In the search, you're going to type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to give you thousands of templates. Just pick your most favorite one. They're all customizable, meaning you can swap out the colors, the fonts, and the pictures. You can do whatever you want. You're going to copy and paste. Now, for my ladies who love to struggle, some of y'all on here, you just love struggle and you love to overthink. Stop. That overthinking nonsense that you're doing gets you nowhere. Haven't you noticed that by now? If you are an overthinker, stop doing that. I want you to write this word now. This says KISS, K-I-S-S. This is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple Silly, meaning things don't have to be hard. Life does not have to be hard. Stop choosing hard. Stop choosing struggle. Stop overthinking. The only thing I need your ebook to be is clean, simple, and legible. That's it. Clean, simple, legible. As long as it's those three things, it's good enough. You are good enough. Okay? That's it. Once you have finished copying and pasting and you love the way it looks, you're going to download it as a PDF file. PDF. Okay? Once you have downloaded it as a PDF file, I hope y'all taking notes. I really do. You're going to upload it to your hosting site. Here we go. Write these down. Thank you. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more out there. These are just some of the most popular ones. And your product only needs to be on one of these, not all five. Just choose one. If you've got all of this, go ahead and put got that in the chats. Let me know that you are here and present. And while I wait for you guys to write these things down, we're going to have a little discussion about this comfort zone of ours. Ciao. Good morning. Our comfort zone. We love our comfort zone. Some of y'all don't even know you love it so much, but you do. You love your comfort zone. You've been living in your comfort zone for years. Some of y'all decades. Your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis, okay? It's the people that you talk to. It's the environments that you frequent. It's the excuses that you make. It's the content that you watch. It's the vices that you're addicted to. It's the distractions that you refuse to let go of. It's your daily routines and habits. It's the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. But have you noticed that the life you want to live, the things that you're thinking about in your head, the things that you're manifesting, it doesn't exist in your comfort zone? Because if it did, you wouldn't be here. If you were truly living the life that you want to live so badly, you wouldn't be scrolling social media all day. You would be out living your best life. But you scroll because that's your comfort zone. The financial freedom that you say you want so badly, it's not in your comfort zone. The business that you say you want to start so badly, it's not in your comfort zone. The confidence that you say you want, it's not in your comfort zone. It's not in your comfort zone. And for so long, we have been living in our comfort zone that we have become comfortable with being stressed. You have been stressed out for so long, you don't even realize that there is a life out there for you, waiting for you, that doesn't require you to be stressed out every day. We have become so comfortable with being sad. You have been anxious and sad for so long, you don't even realize there's a life of happiness waiting for you. We have become so comfortable with being insecure that we don't even recognize there is a whole life out there waiting for you where you think highly of yourself, where you keep all the promises that you make to yourself. But in order to get that life that you want, in order to reach the goals that you have, you are going to have to leave that comfort zone of yours. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out. I'm not even asking for a whole foot. I am asking you to take a half an inch out every single day and just do something a little bit different. If you're someone who scrolls on social media for 4 hours, can you knock it down to 3.5? Is that asking for too much? Is it? Is it? And then those 30 minutes that you would have been wasting time, you lock in and do this. Instead of you spending hours upon hours gossiping on the phone with your friends about nonsense, can we take 30 minutes and lock in on this? Can we do that? Because the life that you're looking for is not in your comfort zone. Keep doing what you've been doing. Don't change a thing. You don't want to leave your comfort zone? Don't. Keep doing what you're doing. And then just come back a year from now and let me know how it's going. Nothing's going to change. The only thing that's going to change is you got 1 year older. You're going to have to leave that comfort zone of yours. You're going to have to switch some things up. You're going to have to change your environment. You're going to have to stop scrolling so much. You're going to have to let go of the excuses and the distractions, or keep doing what you've been doing and keep getting the results you've been getting. Just don't you dare complain about it. You're going to have to change. Don't you ever forget this. Your life will not change until you change. We attract what we are. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. We attract what we are. So if you want better, you are going to have to become better. That is the truth, which means you are going to have to change. Okay? All right. Now let's get back to these hosting sites. So I use StanStore. I love StanStore. StanStore is great. Thank you, Monique. But StanStore is extremely expensive. StanStore is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet, okay? If you're brand new to all of this, StanStore is not for you. So I just jumped on my exercise bike when you started talking, period. Let's go, let's go. If you're brand new to all of this, I want you on Gumroad, because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale, okay? They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That is a great place to start. Now, one thing I know about you is this: you're going to make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and most importantly, you said you were going to execute. So when you do start generating income, then transfer everything over to StanStore later, because StanStore has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me let you in on what's going on in the finance world today. Buy now, pay later, taking over. Okay. Buy now, pay later includes Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, QuadPay, Affirm, PayPal. There's so many. There's so many these days. It is now the preferred payment option. Why do you think they put it on DoorDash? Because everybody is using it. And if you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, I promise you, you will make more. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad. You will start building your business, and then you will transfer everything over to StanStore later when you're making more money. Okay? So what we just did was we just made the ebook. We took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together and we wrote it. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook that we just did should not take you longer than 2 hours. Respectfully, it shouldn't take you longer than one, but I'm gonna give you grace and I'm gonna give you two. And just so we're clear, on my live, I don't care how old you are. To me, age ain't nothing but a number. I don't give a damn. What you're not gonna do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. Ma'am, no, it does not. And I know that you know how to copy and paste because you copy and paste the links to the reels and you send them in the group chats all day long. So you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours, that's because we have a serious issue that we need to fix today, right now. One of the issues that you might be struggling with, and I used to be guilty of this too, okay? This is how I know. You want to be a perfectionist, right? Mm-hmm. So what that means is everything about you just must be perfect. You are the woman who will waste 6 months of her life that she will never get back just to overthink your brilliant idea and second guess your greatness. And then when you do finally decide to get started, you're going to take things out, you're going to put things back, you're going to get irritated and frustrated and have all this OCD because it's still not perfect, and then you're going to give up on it again. Then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you will never get back just to overthink some more. And then when you finally decide to reset and restart yet again, this time you're going to go ask 20 people what they think that you should do with your business. And the craziest thing about all this is these people that you're asking, they're not even business owners. These aren't even people that you would trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. You want to know why? Because you're insecure as hell. That's why. And then when they finally give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, an entire year has gone by and you haven't done shit but waste your precious, valuable time that you will never get back. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. I've been there. Listen, I'm going to hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you, and just know I am saying this out of love. She said it is 6:45 a.m. and no lie told. Oh, I know. I know. And I'm going to say this out of love, Selena. Listen to me. You are not perfect at all. You are flawed. Okay? I am not perfect at all. I am flawed. Nobody is perfect. Everybody is flawed. See, what you really are is you're scary as hell. Okay? You are still living in fear. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years, some of y'all decades, because you're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of failing. You're so fearful of people talking about you. You're so fearful at sucking at something. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very thing that is stealing your dream life from you. It is stealing it. Because let's be real with ourselves. You know exactly what kind of life you want to live. You know all the things. You've been praying, you've been manifesting, you've done the vision boards, you've been journaling. You know exactly what side of town you want to live on. Thank you, Terry. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to take. You know exactly how much money you want in your savings account. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. Am I lying? You know everything that you want your life to look like. But every day that you do not live like that is another day that you could have, but you made the choice not to because you won't let go of fear. And the reason why we hold on to all of this fear in the first place is because we are self-sabotaging. This is all self-sabotage. This is why I keep telling you, you are getting in your own way. You are holding yourself back. I don't do victim Olympics over here. Absolutely not. So many people want to play the blame game. No, ma'am, it is you. It is you holding you back. You are getting in your own way. You are self-sabotaging. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because we have fragile egos. And your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment if you put yourself out there, you try something new, and you don't get the results that you want. You are terrified of feeling disappointment. So what you'll do is self-sabotage to avoid feeling disappointment. If it doesn't work, you will self-sabotage by using the excuse of I'm too busy. Cut the crap. I can't stand when people say that because you are not too busy. How are you too busy, but you're on social media all day? If you have time to scroll, you are not too busy. If you have time to catch up on your favorite TV shows and movies, you are not too busy. If you have time to gossip on the phone, if you have time to go to happy hour with your friends, you are not too busy. That is a lie that you tell yourself so you can feel better about the poor decisions that you make. Because if you were really too busy, you wouldn't have time to do any of that. But you find all the time in the world. But you will self-sabotage and use that excuse because if you let that excuse go, well, then that means now you actually have to do the thing that you've been avoiding for years. And if you do the thing, if you put yourself out there, if you try something new, if you post that video, if you launch that product, and if you don't get the results that you want, you are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will continue to self-sabotage and say things like, I am too busy. No, you're not. That's self-sabotage. You will self-sabotage by holding on to toxic friendships, toxic relationships, toxic family. Let's be clear. You know deep down inside you should have cut these people off years ago. They disrespect you, they use you, they make you feel less than. That friend of yours is not a friend. That man that you're holding on to is holding you back. That family member that you won't distance yourself from disrespects you all the time. But you will self-sabotage and hold on to those dynamics because you say things to yourself, well, we've been friends for 20 years. I can't let her go. Yeah, I know my boyfriend, he might talk to me crazy, but I know he loves me deep down inside. Oh, that's my family. We're blood. I can't distance myself from them. This is all self-sabotage. Because if you let those people go, you are terrified of who you would be without them. Well, let me tell you exactly who you would be without them. You would be a confident woman. That's who you would be without them because now you don't have people tearing you down. You would be a woman who has her resources because you're not handing them out to everybody. But if you let those people go and if you post those videos, if you launch that product, if you lose that weight that you say you wanted to lose for years, and if you don't get the results that you want, you are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will continue to hold on to people who drain you than to let them go. This is all self-sabotage. But I am so confused because earlier you said you were tired of your own BS. Earlier you said you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you said. You said you were tired of dragging yourself to a job that you can't stand, that overworks you and underpays you. You said you were tired of starting and stopping and giving up on yourself, and you were tired of making excuses. That's what you said. But every day that you live like that is another day that you're still living in disappointment because there's still things about your life that you're not 1000% happy with. I am trying to help you fix it, but we cannot fix it if we do not change. I'm on two accounts, Terry. How can we bring more income into the household and stop living paycheck to paycheck if there's no business? Because how can we sell our products if there's no products? How can customers buy our stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. How can we build our confidence and start feeling good about who we are if we keep breaking promises to ourselves and giving up on ourselves? We can't. It's not going to happen. So, we are going to have to launch. You got to launch. And I need you to understand that your product will never be perfect. You can spend 20 years on it, and I promise you, it will still not be perfect. But here's the caveat. Ladies, the more you do something, the better you get. The more content you create, the better your content will get. The longer you run your business, the better your business will get. The more products you release in the future, the better the products will get. But they will still not be perfect. And I don't have to convince you. Look at the results in your own life. You did not always know how to walk and talk. Now you do that just fine. How? Because you did it over and over and over again. You did not always know how to read and write. Now you do those things just fine. How? Because you did them over and over and over again. You did not always know how to drive and do your job, but now you do all of those things just fine. How? Because you did them over and over and over again. So why would your business, why would your content, why would your product be any different? It's not. The longer you do it, the better you will get. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money on today have gotten better over time. Look at Netflix. Believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. Absolutely not. They were not always doing comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. Please. They did not always have their own production company making movies and TV shows that are now winning Emmys and Oscars today. And they damn sure did not always have WWE on pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, netflix.com. You used to have to make a list of the movies you wanted to see. And these were not their originals. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. You could watch that DVD as many times as you wanted. And when you were ready to watch the next movie, you had to mail that DVD back. They did not wait until they could afford the fanciest software to launch. They launched with what they had. And the longer they ran their business, what happened? The more customers they acquired. The more customers they acquired, the more money they made. The more money they made, the more they were able to reinvest back into the business and make it even better. But let's be real, it's still not perfect. We all have complaints. My complaint is they still keep raising the price. Netflix is a $1 billion business with a B, not millions, billion. So if a $1 billion business had a messy middle, why do you and your ego believe that you can skip all of that? No, ma'am. I need you to bring that ego on in. You will have a messy middle too, and you will still launch regardless. And you will get better along the way too. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you're distracted as fuck. Listen, I have already accepted the fact I am not the life coach for most people. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for most people because believe it or not, most people aren't really looking for solutions to their problems. I know that sounds crazy, but it is the truth. Most people are just looking to pass time. Most people are just looking to complain and vent about their problems to anyone who's willing to listen. But the minute you give them the very solution to the problems that they have, they disappear. They go ghost. Why? Because they were never looking for solutions in the first place. They are content in their misery. I'm not here for that at all. I am here to help the woman who truly wants to change. But in order to change, I have to tell you the truth about who you are and what you've been doing. And the truth is uncomfortable. Yes, it's supposed to be. Growth does not take place in your comfort zone. People avoid the truth because they don't want to be uncomfortable, but the truth will set you free. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Most people are not self-aware. See, most of you don't even realize that you're doing it. But I'm about to tell you. The truth is, when you get off of work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to feel good about who you are and stop caring what people think about you. But you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekends, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally develop self-respect and self-love. But you make the choice not to. You choose to binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours, getting nothing done. When your children are asleep, like late at night, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to have confidence. But you make the choice not to. You choose to scroll social media all hours of the night, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. You choose to do that every day. And the reason why we have all of these distractions in the first place, binge watching Netflix and Hulu, scrolling social media, gossiping on the phone, men love to play video games. All of these distractions that we have is escaping. This is all escapism. And the reason why we choose to escape is because there's things about our life that we're not 1000% happy with. And instead of us just being a grown woman and fixing it, we choose to run from it. Let me ask you, and just be honest, let's not lie to ourselves. How is that working for you? Is it working? You don't know? Well, just ask yourself. Your body will always tell you what you need to know if you listen. When your alarm goes off in the morning, are you excited and ready to start your day, or are you dreading it? On average, do you feel happy and peaceful, or do you feel sad and anxious? Because if what you're currently doing is not working, well, then this is confirmation to change. The definition of insanity, ladies, is doing the same exact thing over and over and over and over again. So if what you're currently doing is no longer working for you, then change. Instead of trying to escape a life that you're not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that you never feel the need to escape from? Okay. So, this is what you're going to do today, not Monday, not June 1st, not 2027. Today. Today, you are going to turn the TV off. There's nothing left to watch. You're going to put your phone on do not disturb. No more social media. You have scrolled enough. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You are going to sit down at home. No, ma'am. You don't need to go to Starbucks because you find a way to get distracted there. You're going to start your ebook And then you're going to finish it, not start, stop, come back next week, because we already know how you do. You're not coming back. You're going to start it and then you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all of these instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat, because there's no sense in moving forward if we're not clear. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine and we're building our online business from scratch. If I'm saying anything to you this morning that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And I do want to talk to the woman on this live who is still, after all of this, holding on to fear. She's scary as hell. And if you're new here, we said fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what she's ready to do. She's ready to run away like she always does. Ain't nothing new. She's saying things to herself. Karen said me. Listen, she's saying things to herself like, Jazz, I'm so glad I found you. This is divine timing at its finest. And all of this sounds amazing. I would love to start an online business, but I just don't know. You're telling me I got to post consistently? You're telling me that I should make my own digital product? So not buy one off of someone else and resell it, but make my own? You're telling me to let go of my distractions and stop escaping? I don't know. I want to. This sounds great. But honestly, I just don't think I can. And this just sounds really, really hard. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, just listen. The first thing I want you to hear is this: I don't have the power to convince you of anything. Okay. I don't have that power. So I'm not even going to try. So if you want to believe that showing up for yourself consistently is hard, then fine, you're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that having ChatGPT create the digital product for you is hard, then fine. Your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. It's hard. If you want to believe that letting go of your distractions is hard, then okay, I hear you. It's hard. But I do want to remind you, the life you're currently living is hard. Going to a job that overworks you and underpays you is hard. Robbing Patrice to pay Paula, making payment arrangement after payment arrangement is hard. Crying every day because you are so stressed out, because you are so unhappy, is hard. Knowing deep down in your soul, you can feel it with everything you have, that there is something better for you, but you're not currently living it, is hard. That is extremely hard. And you live like that every day. And see, that's what fear will do. That right there. And you let it daily. Fear will convince you that you can't do any of this, but look at what you're already doing. That's 10 times harder. And this is why I keep stressing the importance of building our confidence. Because the confidence that you have or lack thereof will either allow you to have an amazing life, or it'll make you have a miserable one. Ladies, your confidence or lack thereof is the very thing that is holding you back. It amazes me how many women try to convince themselves that they can't do this, but look at what you're already doing. That's 10 times harder. How can you sit there and say that you don't have the abilities to do this, but look at what you're already doing? And this is why I keep stressing the importance of keeping the promises that you made to yourself. If you told yourself that you were going to start a business, start the damn business. If you told yourself that you were going to create the content, then it's time to create the content. Get off of these apps. If you told yourself that you were going to lose weight, then sis, lose the weight. Because every time that you break the promises that you made to yourself, you are slowly chipping away at your confidence to where you no longer have any. And now you don't even believe you can do this. But look at what you're already doing. Let me ask you, and be honest here. When was the last time you told yourself that you were proud of you? When was the last time you told yourself that you're amazing? When was the last time you told yourself that everything you touch turns to gold? Some of y'all don't even know because you never speak to yourself like that. And that's the problem. One thing I know is this: life's for everybody, right? No one's life is perfect. We have all gone through some extremely difficult times. And during those extremely difficult times, we had no clue how we were going to overcome what we were going through. But by the grace of God, we got through it. So you've already proven to yourself, I don't have to convince you. You've already proven to yourself how strong you are. You've already proven to yourself how resilient you are. Because if you weren't strong, if you weren't resilient, you wouldn't have gotten through what you got through. But you did. So you have enough strength to do this. You have enough resilience to do this, because if you didn't, you wouldn't have got through what you got through. I remember when I lost my grandma. I was 25 years old. She died of a stroke. Destroyed me because she raised me. She was my whole world. She was the one woman I had in my life where no matter what I went through, no matter what I told her, she wouldn't judge me. And when she passed away, I had no idea how I was going to live life without my grandma. I had no clue. And that was actually the first time I ever experienced grief. But here I am 10 years later, still living without my grandma, making it work. That is strength. That is resilience. And you are a lot stronger and you are a lot more resilient than you give yourself credit for. But the only reason why you don't feel that way today is because you lack confidence. And the reason you lack confidence is because you keep breaking the promises that you make to yourself. You keep putting everyone and everything before you. And that has to change. Because if you do not change that, I promise you, you will continue to feel the way you feel. Things do not change until you change. And I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. You see people all day long on these apps who are living more challenging lives than you. There are women on these apps who have more children than you, no help. And they are still showing up, building their business. I saw a woman the other day, she has 12 kids. 12. And she's still selling her products. There are people on these apps who are living their most challenging moments right now. They've gotten laid off. They've gotten fired. They've gotten evicted. They've gotten foreclosed on. And despite the weight of the world on their back right now, they are still showing up. building their business. So if they can do it, why can't you? Well, you want to know why you're not? Because they decided to let go of fear. And you make the choice every day to hold on to it. That's the only difference. It's not because they're smarter than you. No. It's not because they're more special than you. No. It's not because they're more talented than you. Absolutely not. It's only because they chose to let go of fear and you choose not to. That's it. Listen, my online business changed my entire life. I cannot make this up. I've been doing this full time now for 6 years, started during COVID. For the first time in my life, I have peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. For the first time in my life, I have purpose. I get to wake up every single day doing what I love to do. For the first time in my life, I have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. For the first time in my life, I have happiness. I have confidence. But before all of this, before COVID, absolutely not. I lived a very, very, very different life. I used to be miserable. Miserable. I was extremely insecure. I was stressed. I had really bad anxiety. I was depressed. I weighed 340 pounds. Yes, I was obese. I worked a 9 to 5 that I absolutely hated. And to top it all off, I used to be an alcoholic. See, I had bought into the American dream blueprint that they sell all of us. But I bought in back in high school because society told me that all I had to do was go off to college and get a 4-year bachelor's degree. That's what they said. And that once I graduated, I would find a good job with benefits and stability. I would be able to travel a few times a year. I'd be able to save up and buy a house. And I'd be able to put extra money into my 401k savings plan so that when I do get too old to work, I'll be able to retire with dignity and live out the rest of my years in peace. That's what society said. So I bought in. When I turned 18, I went off to college. My mom told me to go. My grandma told me to go. All of my friends went. So I went and I did the whole dorm room experience thing. Okay. I stayed 2 hours away from home. 4 years later, I graduated and got my bachelor's degree. That degree cost me $40,000. So I'm already starting life in the negatives. After I graduated, I moved back home like most college graduates got to do, and I started looking for a job. 6 months later, I got my first full-time job with benefits and stability. You guys, they're about to give me PTO. I was 23 years old. I ain't never had a job that was going to pay me to not be there. Wow. Wow. And they were going to pay me $60,000 a year. That was more money than I had ever made in my entire life. I thought I was about to be rich. I was so excited. So I moved out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to do my own thing. Got my own place. Didn't stop there though. No. I do what most Americans do. I decided to go and get me a car payment. See, I already had a car. My grandma got me that car when I graduated high school. It was paid off. I had my title in hand. It got me from point A to point Z. But the problem with that car was it was old and it didn't match the new aesthetics. See, I was living an upgraded life, so I had to have a car that matched that, right? Duh. So I decided to go and get me a brand new Dodge Charger. Now, my grandma and my mom told me not to do it. But me being 23 years old, I'm like, they're old. What do they know? I did it. That car cost me $450 a month. And we all know with expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, I was broke. I was broke as hell. Okay. I couldn't afford to travel anywhere. I couldn't afford to put in extra money into my 401k savings. I could barely afford to eat. I was broke. I was broke. Had another problem. I had to start paying back them student loans. See, at 23, I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back for student loans. I thought it was a joke because everyone has student loans, right? It's the American way. Huh. Girl, please. The government is not playing with you when it comes to those student loans. See, they'll give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. They will not call you. They will not send letters. They want you to focus on getting a job. But you best believe when that 6 month mark hits, they are sending letters to the house because here's the thing, they want to see them tax returns because they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw that I made 60,000 a year and I didn't have any dependents, so no children, they said, "Oh, good. Well, then you should have no problem paying us $400 a month." What? $400 a month. Yep. And it's not up for negotiation. That's the price. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I did not pay those student loans, which was every month because I genuinely couldn't afford it, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit score dropped 520. So there goes my American dreams of home ownership because what bank is going to give me a mortgage loan with a 520 credit score? Nobody. Not till I fix that. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit. And I had one last problem to top it all off. I hated my job. Nowhere in this American dream blueprint did they tell me I'd be miserable at my 9 to 5. Now, I'm not going to lie. I grew up extremely sheltered. Okay. In my early 20s, you guys, I was naive as hell. I believed anything that anyone told me. And I believe, see, when I went into my interview, my supervisor told me that even though the department was all women, and even though I was going to be the youngest one in the department, they were just one big old happy work family. That everyone got along. There was no drama, no cattiness. And I went into that department believing it was true. Let me tell you what I learned about corporate America. I learned that in corporate, people are fake. But you gotta watch them because they're slick. See, they're not gonna tell you that they're fake. See, they'll smile and kiki and caca with you in the break room, but don't you dare get confused. That is not your friend. They will even hang out with you off the clock. So they're not even getting paid to be around you, but they still invite you out to happy hour. They will invite you to their house. They will invite you to their weddings and their baby showers, but don't you dare get confused. That is not your friend. They will even spend their hard earned money on you. So when it's your birthday, what they'll do is they'll all contribute and buy you a birthday gift with the money that they work for. But don't you get confused. Absolutely not. That is not your friend. No. Mm-mm. When it's the holidays, we'll all do a potluck. So we all bring a dish. We'll cook for each other. And then we'll sit in the break room and act like we like each other. But don't get confused. They don't like you. And all you have to do is piss off the right one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Piss off the right one. And they will make sure that every single day that you work in that department is a living nightmare. I made the tragic mistake of making friends with a woman who was 31 years old. I was 23, and we used to do everything together. She told me that I was like the little sister she never had. And my naive ass believed her. And I was like, wow, I never had a big sister. You're like the big sister I never had. I used to tell her all my business, told her all my business. I even told her things that I didn't like about our supervisor. Well, one day we both wanted to get promoted. We both put in to be promoted at the department. And she made sure to tell my supervisor everything that I told her in confidence about what I didn't like about our supervisor. And as a result, my supervisor made sure that every single day I worked there was a living nightmare. Now I take full responsibility. I know no better. I talk too much. I was miserable. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to get a new job, but no one was calling me back. I couldn't even get a job interview. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit and I hate my job. For the first time in my life at 23 years old, I felt trapped. Let me tell you this. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, I want you to consider yourself extremely blessed. But let me give you some context. See, trapped feels like no matter what you do, your life's not going to get no better. That's how trapped feels. You can try all you want to be positive and optimistic, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's how trapped feels. You can try to work some overtime or get a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills and stop feeling so stressed about money. But just when you start to have a little bit of a savings account, something always comes up and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you got to dish out money for that. It is always something. That's how trapped feels. You can try to pray about it, but it begins to feel like God is ignoring you because you still wake up with the same problems every single day. And I lived like that for 6 years. You know, I used to pull up at that job. I would sit in my car and cry before I even clocked in every day. I started to bring that job home with me. You know what that means? So what that means is you've clocked out. You are at home. You should be at peace when you're in your house, but you can't stop replaying all the toxic things that these people are doing to you at work. They are living in your head rent free. They have stolen your peace. I was so stressed out about money, I couldn't even sleep anymore. I started to become paranoid at the job. You know what that means? You feel like they're out to get you. You feel like they're trying to set you up to fire you. That's how I felt. And to cope with all of that stress and that anxiety and that depression, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves, but that quickly spiraled out of control. And I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story is resonating with you, you are already doing something hard. Going to a job that drains your spirit is so hard. Crying every day because you are so unhappy is so hard. And see, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. Back then, I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't have any interests. So my life began to feel like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat. Week after week, month after month, year after year. But now I get to wake up every day doing what I love. And see, that's the beauty of online business is you can monetize anything, ladies. No, your idea is not stupid. No, it is not too far-fetched. And I don't have to convince you. Look at your timeline. How many times a day do you scroll and see the darndest things? And you're sitting there scratching your head trying to figure out how the hell are these people getting paid to do this? I know for a fact I'm talented. I know for a fact I can do a better job. Well, you want to know how? I'll tell you how. Because they chose to let go of fear. That's how. And you choose not to. Like I said, it's not because they're better than you. It's not because they're smarter than you. It's not because they're more talented than you. It's because they chose to let go of fear and you choose to hold on to it. And I want to say one more thing before we move forward because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 40 hours a week or more, you spend more time at work with people that you don't even like than you do with your family that loves you. I literally used to work 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute drive into the city is over an hour. Why? Because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back. That's 2 hours in the car. 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break. That's 11 hours out of my day gone. I'll never get it back. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse or your children before it's time to put everyone to bed, just to repeat the cycle again the next day. And let's be clear, your loved ones, they don't get to experience the peaceful version of you because you're not at peace. They don't get to experience the happy version of you because you're not happy. You know what version of you they get? They get the stressed out version of you. They get the anxious version of you. They get the depressed version of you. That's not fair. You put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day, just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what are you even looking forward to? Because Friday, you still went to work. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day you get to do what you love, but Sunday, not so much. Nope, nope, nope. Because why? You have to prepare for the work week. That's why, which means you have to cook. You have to clean. You have to do laundry. You have to go to the grocery store. And then you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk for Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God that I serve, he loves me, and he loves me a lot. And let me ask you, if he loves me so much, why would he put me on this earth to be hating the very life that he blessed me with? He didn't. That's not why he put me here. He put me here for a very special reason, and he allowed me the opportunity to find it. And online business and social media allowed me the opportunity to monetize it. He put you here for a very special reason, too. There is something extremely special about you, too. But the problem is that life has a tendency to life, right? And on our journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim, and then it gets dark. Maybe it was toxic family. Maybe it was toxic friends. Maybe it was a toxic relationship. For me, it was a toxic job. Something happened and it stole your light. And now you're sitting here believing that nothing that we're talking about this morning is for you. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. See, I believe that God is within us. He's not outside of you. He is within you. And he talks to us all day long if you listen. And if something inside of you told you to start this, try this, launch this, post this, that's because you can. That is God talking to you. He's literally telling you what to do. If it was truly out of reach for you, meaning if it was truly something that you could not do, it wouldn't have even crossed your mind. God does not plant seeds in environments that cannot harvest them. He gave you that idea because you are more than capable of doing it. If you couldn't, you would have never thought about it. But you did because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something just a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get you to the results that you've wanted for so long. Because if you don't, it won't happen. I promise you, it will not happen. Your life will not change until you change. You got to change. You've got to let go of fear. And you have to leave that comfort zone that has been holding you back. One thing that I've noticed about society today is we have become extremely entitled. The entitlement level is at an all-time high. And people have been living in entitlement for so long that they don't even recognize how entitled they have become. And what a lot of you guys believe is that you are entitled to time. And you have convinced yourself with your soul that if you don't start working on your goals today, you are entitled to tomorrow. And if you decide that tomorrow is just not the day for you, you are entitled to next month. And if you decide that next month just doesn't work, you're entitled to next year. And you really believe that. You believe you are entitled to time. But I'm so confused because the last time I checked, tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. So, how do you know that you'll always have tomorrow? How can you be so sure? How do you know that? How do you know that you'll always have next month to get started? How do you know you'll always have next year if you don't start this year? How do you know? The truth is, you don't know that. You are not entitled to time. And instead of you living the life that you have with the time that you are blessed with, showing up for you, putting you first in your own life, doing the things that make you happy, keeping the promises that you made to yourself, only surrounding yourself with people who celebrate you, not people who tolerate you, having boundaries and standards for your life, being intentional with the time that you are blessed with. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time. You'll waste your precious, valuable time scrolling on social media for hours. You will waste your precious, valuable time watching Netflix and Hulu for hours. You will waste your precious, valuable time surrounding yourself with people who are toxic, who are using you, and who are draining you. You will waste your precious, valuable time making excuses and procrastinating on the very thing that you say you want to do with the one life that you're blessed with. Why? Why do you do that? Why do you choose to do that? You only get one life, not 10, and you choose to waste it. You're going to have to change that. You are going to have to change that. You are not entitled to time. And let me tell you this, time is your most precious, valuable asset. Some of y'all don't want to believe that. Some of y'all think it's money. You are sadly mistaken if you think it's money. It is time. You could lose $50 tomorrow. Yeah, it'll suck. Of course, you'd be mad. I'd be mad too. Might even take you a few hours to make it back. But guess what? You can make it back. But when you lose your time, you can't make it back. You don't get not 1 second of it back. It is gone forever. And the only thing you're left with is regret. Regret is a very heavy emotion to carry with you every single day. Regret will destroy you emotionally. Time is your most precious, valuable asset. And I don't have to convince you of how quickly time is moving because you can see it for yourself. Just be honest. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it is 7:38 in the morning. Wow, I cannot believe it is the middle of May, 2026. Wow, I cannot believe I am 35 years old. Or insert your age there. If you're anything like me, you do that every day. So you can already see for yourself how quickly time is moving. And you still make the choice to waste your precious, valuable time. You're going to have to change that because you don't have as much time as you think that you do. I want you, every single thing that you choose to do, you need to ask yourself, is this thing pouring into me and making me better? Or is this thing draining me? You're going to have to be more intentional with the time that you are blessed with, because eventually, one day, you will run out of time. And that is the uncomfortable truth. One of the toughest reality pills that I had to swallow in my own self-development journey, and this is tough, so brace yourself. Your life and the direction that it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. The longest time, I told you guys, I used to be extremely overweight. I was 340 pounds at my heaviest. I lost 100 pounds. Well, my obesity was a direct reflection of the choices I made. It was a direct reflection of the foods that I chose to eat. And it was a direct reflection of the exercises I chose not to do. And as a result, I got everything that came along with those choices. High blood pressure, pre-diabetes, high cholesterol. I did that to myself. That's the truth. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. For the longest time, I thought that the reason I was living paycheck to paycheck was just because I didn't make enough money. And if I just made more, then that problem would go away. Failing to realize I did that to myself. The reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck was because I was buying cars that I couldn't afford. I was staying in apartments that I couldn't afford. And as a result, I got all of the stress that came along with those poor financial decisions. I did that to myself. That's the truth. Now, some of y'all might be sitting here saying, Jazz, you're right. People do live above their means. They sure do. But that's not why I'm struggling financially. How is it my fault that I'm struggling financially when prices are as high as they are in this economy? How is it my fault? I can't get ahead with rent prices, gas prices, and food prices being this high. That's not my fault. Okay. Your life is a direct reflection of the choices that you make, and your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. That is the truth. That is the cold, hard truth. And let me tell you why. Ladies, let's be real with ourselves. Times have been hard. True or false? This didn't happen last night. Food prices, rent prices, and gas prices have been on the rise for years. This isn't new. But every day you make the choice to do nothing about it because let's be real, most of you already knew what an ebook was. I didn't teach you that because you scroll social media all day. You bounce from TikTok live to TikTok live every day. You watch YouTube video after YouTube video every day. Most of you already knew what an ebook was. And most of you already had ChatGPT prompts to make your own ebook, and you still haven't done it. You could have launched that ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. But you choose not to. Because you choose to stay in your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis, the people that you hang out with, the environments that you frequent, the excuses that you have, the procrastination that you do, the distractions that you refuse to let go of, and the vices that you're addicted to. Your comfort zone is the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. And a lot of y'all's comfort zone is watching. You'll watch all day. It amazes me how many people will watch about the thing. They will talk about the thing. They'll even journal about the thing. They'll take notes and more notes about the thing. They'll go and tell other people about the thing. They'll pray about the thing. They'll manifest about the thing. They'll even create the vision board about the thing. They'll do everything except the thing, which is why I made the keyword of this live execution, because you are not doing that. You are doing everything but the thing. You cannot watch your way to a business, ladies. Trust me. I've been doing this for 6 years. None of the success that I have gotten has come from watching. It has come from doing. You cannot watch your way to content creation. You cannot watch your way to weight loss. I lost 100 pounds by eating less and moving more. And nowhere in that weight loss journey did I watch about it. I had to do it. I had to meal prep. I had to go to the gym. I had to stop overindulging in food. I couldn't watch YouTube video on top of YouTube video on how to lose weight. I had to do it. There's a disconnect today between watching and doing. And so many of you guys think that by watching something, you're doing something. No, the only thing you are doing is wasting time. You are wasting time. You have been scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. There's nothing left to scroll. You have already seen all of the TikTok coaches at least once. At some point, you're going to have to make the decision to do it, which is going to require you to step out of your comfort zone. Like I said, your comfort zone is watching. So for you to step out of your comfort zone, that means you're going to have to close the damn app. You're going to have to get off of TikTok. You're going to have to get off of YouTube. You're going to have to get off of Instagram. And you're going to have to actually do it. You got to leave that comfort zone. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is the very thing that is stealing your dream life from you. The financial freedom that you say you want so bad, you could have been had years ago. The business that you say you want so bad, you could have had that years ago. The content, the platforms that you say you want so badly, you could have had that years ago. The weight loss that you say you want, you could have had that years ago if you made the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and just do something a little bit different every single day. You have to change, ladies. You are holding you back. You are getting in your own way. Your excuses, your limiting beliefs, the fear. And notice the fear that you hold on to, it's not even anything that has happened. You are literally working yourself up for worst case scenario. You're being delusional because it hasn't even happened. You are so fearful of the unknowns of what? Of what? Everyone's always talking about how they walk with God until it's time to walk. All I'm asking you to do is post a video. The only thing I'm asking you to do is finish the damn digital product. The only thing I'm asking you to do is stop spending so much time on these apps. Yet you're so scary about that. Why is that so fearful to you? You want to know why? Because it's going to require you to take a half inch out of your comfort zone. That's why. So then don't. Don't leave the comfort zone. Stay right in that comfort zone that you've been addicted to for years. Go ahead and stay there and just come back a year from now and let me know how it's going. I already know how it'll go. I already know. You don't have to tell me. Nothing's going to change. The only thing that's going to change about you is you got 1 year older. If that's not scary, I don't know what is. That's more scarier than trying. Getting older and you're still doing the same thing that you was doing 4, 5, 10 years ago. If that doesn't scare you, then I don't know what does. That's crazy. That is crazy. And the only thing you have to do is just close the app. The only thing you have to do is just try. Ladies, you have to change because what you've been doing has not been working. And sure, maybe change is hard. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. Maybe it is. All right. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Being unhappy with the one life that you are blessed with is hard. Stressing and crying about bills is hard. Knowing deep down in your soul that there is something better for you, you can feel it with everything you have and you're not living it, that is hard. Being around people who tear you down and use you, that is hard. Scrolling and watching other people live a life that you want to live, that is hard. I've done both hards. But I will always choose this one because at least this hard comes with peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. This hard comes with purpose, being able to wake up every single day doing what you love to do. This hard comes with confidence, thinking highly of yourself and tolerating nothing less than the best. This hard comes with the income that you need to live the life that you want. And I keep telling you, and I'm going to say it again, if you even thought the thought, that's because you can. Ladies, God is within you. He talks to you all day. You just choose not to listen. If something inside of you told you to start this, try this, post this, launch this, that's because you can. If it was truly out of reach for you, if it was just truly something that you couldn't do, it wouldn't have even crossed your mind. God does not plant seeds in an environment that cannot harvest them. But He planted that seed because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you're going to have to let go of fear. You're going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something just a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get you to the life that you've always wanted to live. You got to change because the version of you who you are today doesn't align with the version of you that you want to become. I'm going to assume you want to be that version of you that is confident, who follows through with the promises that she makes, who knows how to prioritize herself in her own life, who cuts people off, who use and abuse you. I'm going to assume you want to start your business, you want to run your business, you want to live life on your terms, and you want to be happy. You want to be stress-free. But in order to become that version, you're going to have to change who you are, because who you are today doesn't align. That version of you that you imagine in your head, she's already within you. She's already within you. And she's ready to come out. But that version is buried under the fear. It's buried under the limiting beliefs. It's buried under the procrastination. It's buried under the excuses. And until you change those things, you won't become her. You have to change. You have to change. For those of you guys who want to change, then I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. I can't help people who don't. If you are 1000% happy with the way things are going for you, then don't change. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep doing you. But if you're not 1000% happy with the way things are going and you want to change, then I want to help you. Inside Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to start your online business from scratch. Everything that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of Glow Up Academy. Maybe you don't want to create an ebook. I know that's what we talked about this morning, but maybe you have a different vision. Maybe you want to do an e-course or a private community. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. Maybe you want to monetize your platforms, meaning you want to get paid not just to sell your products, but also get paid to post your videos. Fine, I'll teach you. All of my platforms are monetized. It's in there. Everything that you need to be successful with your online business and actually make money is inside of Glow Up Academy. But not only are you and I going to build your online business from scratch, most importantly, ladies, you and I are going to build you. Inside of Glow Up Academy, ladies, you and I are going to build your discipline together. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build your consistency together. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build your confidence together. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to let go of your fear together. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to start making you a priority in your own life. Yes, we do all have 24 hours, absolutely. But we do not all have the same responsibilities. Together, you and I are going to figure out what works best for you. And we're going to lock into that. That way you can still be a good wife. You can still be a good girlfriend. You can still be an exceptional mother. And you can still be a successful entrepreneur. Glow Up Academy is the space where not only do you start your online business, but you become the version of yourself that actually follows through. Now, before I let you join, there's a couple of things. Number one, I only let 10 people in at a time because, believe it or not everybody has the same goals and the same path. Some people have a product, but no audience. Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a million ideas. So you're listening to all the ideas God gave you, but you're spreading yourself too thin. So you're trying to do a little bit of everything, but nothing's moving, nothing's progressing. Together, you and I are going to pick your one most favorite, the top of the top idea. That's the one we're going to build. And when that one starts making money, then we'll reach back into the pile and pull another. I told you guys earlier, money flows where energy goes. We got to focus all of our energy on one idea, not 10. We will choose one. Some of you guys have no clue what kind of business you want to start yet, and that's fine. We'll figure it out together. And some of you guys don't necessarily want to start a business right now. There are other things you want to work on. Maybe you want to work on building your confidence. Maybe you want to work on prioritizing yourself in your own life. Maybe you want to work on healing. Whatever it is, I can help you. I have just noticed for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me because I want to make sure that I'm able to pour into you the way that you deserve. We sit down on our one-on-one Zoom and I listen to the things that you're struggling with and we come up with a game plan specifically for you. Okay. So that's why I cap it at 10. And I don't accept more people until I'm ready. Something else too, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes because I told you I'm only interested in helping people who want it. I'm not here to force you and I'm not here to convince you. The woman who wants it, she moves. Okay. A lot of you guys overthink and you believe in struggle, but you don't have to overthink. That doesn't get you anywhere. And you don't have to struggle. It's okay to ask for help. Stop trying to make things so hard for no reason. Deep down inside, you know I can help you. That's why you're still here. Otherwise, you would have left. So stop overthinking and stop trying to do it all on your own. Because once that timer ends, we're done and you can't join. So just move. Okay? Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside forever. You will always have access to everything that's in there. Okay. Plus what I update. So I'm always updating stuff because things change, like the algorithms, these platforms change. So I'm always switching things up. Okay. So you always have access to all of that. You'll also always have access to our live coaching calls. We go live inside of there. That's the opportunity for you to ask any questions that you have or share anything that you're going through, whatever it is. Join the coaching calls. You'll always have access to those. Okay. And the recordings are also always available if you can't make them. Okay. You'll also always have access to ask me any questions that you have, things that you're struggling with in the interim, things that you need feedback on. I respond to all of my students. So make sure that you communicate. I'm also always checking in with you to make sure that you're doing the things that you're supposed to do. I am your life coach. So anything that you're struggling with, I want to hear about it so we can fix it, not just talk about it. Okay. Because Glow Up Academy is lifetime access, it is $5.97, and women join at $5.97 every day. However, because it's Friday, you guys were here and present, you took notes, you asked questions, and most importantly, you're going to execute. I'm going to take the price down, and the lifetime access price will stay down for 10 minutes. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break it up if you'd like, so you can still get in while the price is lower. But once that timer goes off, we're back at $5.97. Okay. For those of you guys who are not familiar, I do want to show you this really quick. Let me pull it up. Okay. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you guys, there's an inbox icon. Let me show you. There's an inbox icon right here. Two of my students have already messaged me this morning. I want you guys to respond to my message. Okay. So as soon as I get off of this live in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be messaging you because I want to know more about you and what you're struggling with. We also have to lock in your one-on-one Zoom time so we can actually execute and get things going. Please make sure you respond. Some of you guys join because you want to get in while it's lower. So you might be at work, so you can't respond right now, or maybe you have to do things with your family. That's fine. But please promise me, it is the weekend. Please make sure that you respond to me within the next few days, okay? Because the quicker you respond, the quicker we can start executing. Time is of the essence. We're getting older, not younger. So the quicker you respond, the quicker we can get started. I'm waiting on you, okay? I am waiting on you. My students know I move. One thing about Jasmine, she moving, okay? So please respond. Also, I'm always checking in with you. So please make sure you're checking your inbox so you can update me on what's working and what's not so we can re-strategize and regroup, okay? Okay. I'm going to show TikTok how to join first, and then I'll show YouTube. YouTube, y'all's instructions are a tad bit different, so just hang tight for a few seconds, okay? TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, You're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Now I'm on 2 different TikTok lives, okay? The live that says tired of your own BS, you guys are on my backup account. So my backup account does not look like this, but the link is still the same, okay? No matter which one you're on, the link is still the same. You're going to click on where it says stand.store. Okay. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. All right. The price has been marked down from $5.97 to $3.49. It will stay $3.49 for the next 10 minutes. Okay. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You guys, this is critical. The email address that you put in is where everything is going. Sometimes the autocorrect will get you. Sometimes you guys accidentally misspell Gmail. So please make sure you quadruple check that, okay? Scroll down. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. And you're going to click on this blue button right here that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds tops, you should be receiving the very first email from Stan. That's just your order confirmation, letting you know everything went through. The second email that you'll be receiving says Jasmine Spencer, which is me, invited you to join Glow Up Academy. I want you to open that email. When you open that, you're going to see a yellow button that says Join Now. Click it. Enter inside of Glow Up Academy and then come back to this live and let me know that you have full access to everything. If you did not receive those emails, that's because there was a spelling mistake, but no worries, I'll take care of it right here and get you where you need to be. I have been told if you have a Gmail, that second email, Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Globe Academy, sometimes it shows up in the promotional tab. I've had several students that said it showed up in spam. So check both. If you didn't get it, that's fine. I'll resend it. You're going to get where you need to be. Okay. But just make sure you check both. All right. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, your instructions are a little bit different. You're going to leave off the live. Good morning. You're going to come to my YouTube channel and then click right here where it says stand.store. And then same thing, become the woman who actually follows through. Okay. And like I said, it's been marked down from $5.97 to $3.49. It'll stay $3.49 for the next 10 minutes. Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, and then same thing, click the blue button that says Start My Glow Up. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set our timer now. Rebecca, I see you just joined. Give me 1 second. I'm going to send you that second email now. Just hang tight. And you guys, I don't want you to just confirm that you received the email. I want you to actually enter because I can't message you until you're actually inside. And I want to see what times work best for you for our Zoom. So I can't do all of that if you're not inside. So please make sure you actually join, okay? And if there are any technical errors, we'll fix it right here, okay? And again, I don't know what your email is supposed to be to know whether or not it was misspelled. That's why I need you to let me know that you got everything and that you see everything, okay? Rebecca, can you check your email for me? I just sent that second email. Again, make sure you check your promotional tab in your spam folder. All right, let's go ahead and knock out some of our affirmations before we close out this morning's live. Here we go. Good morning. I am deserving of joy, success, and love. I am deserving of joy, success, and love. And if you don't know that, you better get to know it. We self-sabotage because we don't think we're worthy of those things. There's a joyous life waiting for you. There's a successful life waiting for you. But I need you to know that. And I need you to believe that you're worthy of that. You can accomplish anything that you want if you got off these apps. You ain't going to be able to accomplish much if you're scrolling. That's impossible. You're going to have to get off the apps. Look at this. Things won't get better until you think better. Things won't get better until you think better. I keep telling you, you have things going on in this pretty head of yours that's holding you back. Some of y'all keep talking about so much you can't do. You haven't even tried. You haven't even tried, and you're already, oh, I can't do that. You haven't even tried. You haven't even tried. You're so quick to count yourself out before you even count yourself in. Why? Because that's what you always do. That's why. That's what you always do. And that has to change. That has to change. You are your worst enemy. I cannot stress that enough. You are your worst enemy. Stop being so negative. Stop being so fearful. Scary about every single thing. What are you afraid of? You don't even know. You're just so used to being afraid, you don't even know what you're afraid of. That's got to change. That has got to change. I am strong, capable, and resilient. I am strong, capable, and resilient. Okay, hold on one second. Let me check. Let me refresh my page. Hold on. Okay, yes. Rebecca, I see you. You're inside. Perfect. Okay, give me about 7 more minutes. I'm going to close this out and I'll be messaging you. Okay, so just hang tight for a few more minutes. You are more strong, more capable, and more resilient than you guys give yourself credit for. And I don't have to convince you of that because there are things that you've gone through in your life that you got through. If you weren't strong, if you weren't capable, if you weren't resilient, you wouldn't have got through it because you wouldn't be here right now. But even though you've proven that to yourself, you still let fear convince you that you can't do this. This is a confidence issue. I spend way more time helping women build their confidence and seeing who they really are. Because once we build your confidence, ladies, everything else becomes easy. Life gets so much easier when you believe in yourself. Life gets so much easier when you think highly of yourself because now you're not second guessing. Now you're not self doubting. Now you're not tolerating bull crap from people. You're not even tolerating bull crap from yourself because you've ascended, because you see yourself in a new light. I can't make this up. And then posting content consistently becomes easy because now you're not overthinking every single little thing. I can't make this up. Your confidence or lack thereof is what's holding you back. But unfortunately, people aren't even willing to do the things to build their confidence. So you know you lack confidence and you're not even willing to change it. Well, then what are we doing? What are we doing? Make it make sense. I know that I have the power to make my dreams come true. I know that I have the power to make my dreams come true. Absolutely. But you got to get off these apps. Absolutely. But you have to get off of these apps. You can't make your dreams come true when you're scrolling for 4 hours a day. Just imagine if you spent those 4 hours working on your business. You can't make your dreams come true when you're sitting on the couch watching TV all day. Can't make your dreams come true when you're sitting on the phone gossiping all day. Life is about choices. That's why I said the life that you live is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. People don't even realize how much control they have over their life if you just made different choices. Let me see. Where we at? I don't see you yet. I don't see you yet, babe. I just refreshed it. Let me show you guys again. TikTok. In order for you guys to lock in, your instructions are a little bit different. Hold on. You're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You're going to come to my profile. You're going to click where it says stand.store. Don't forget, you guys, I'm on 2 different TikTok lives. So the one that says tired of your own BS, the profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same. Okay. Click where it says stand.store. Oopsies. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Okay. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that up. And then click this blue button, start my glow up. YouTubers, you're going to leave the live, come to my YouTube channel, and then click where it says stand.store. Oopsie. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Same thing, scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna and then click this blue button, start my glow up. Okay. And again, within 30 seconds, you'll receive that first email that said from Stan and that second email that says Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Glow Up Academy. All right. Let's do another affirmation. We're going to close this out. And for those of you guys who are on the fence, whether or not you want to change or not, let me just tell you this. Your life does not change until you change. I recognize some people just stuck in their ways. They, no matter what I'm talking about, they're not going to change. That's okay. They don't have to. But for those of you guys who actually want to change, there's nothing wrong with needing help. There's nothing wrong with someone holding you accountable and guiding you. Life does not have to be a struggle. You make it one because you want to try to do everything by yourself. Sometimes you have to do things differently to get different results. Okay. Let's see. We'll close it out with this. This moment is shaping me into a strong version of myself. This moment is shaping me into a strong version of myself. There's a reason why I showed up on your For You page this morning, and there's a reason why you're still here. And that's because I was able to open your mind to new perspectives and get you to see things in a way that you hadn't thought about before. Okay. That was our timer. Make sure you guys follow me so you don't lose me. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. For those of you guys who joined, I'm hopping in now. You'll be getting a message from me in the next 5 to 10 minutes. For those of you guys who didn't, I'm happy that you are getting the results that you want and you don't feel the need to change. But I will say this, you can scroll all day if you want to, but the life that you're looking for is not watching. I want you to ask yourself, the woman who's creating her content, does she scroll all day? The woman who's running her business, is she bouncing from TikTok live to TikTok live all day? The woman who's actually selling her products, is she making excuses all day? Move like the woman you want to become, and I promise you will become her. Whether you think I'm the coach for you or not, you have to get off of these apps. This is the biggest waste of your time. I post my videos, I host my lives, I run my business, and I get off and I go live my life. Go live your life because you only get one. Okay? All right. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Make sure y'all subscribe. YouTube, make sure y'all follow me, and I will see you guys later, okay?